Hey there, Cham here, and welcome to episode 2 of our Tuesday special. And in this video, I'm going to talk about designing a stress-free business life. I'm your host, Chamal Tatis, and in case you just came in and you don't know me yet, you probably wanna watch episode 1 first, and I'll just place a link below this video so that you will know who I am, because in that first episode, I introduced myself and I don't wanna, repeat all the things that I have said there in this video. Although if you don't have a lot of time for now, you can always do that in a later time. For now, you can join me in this second episode where we will be talking about how you can design a stress-free business life. And notice that I said here business life because if you have a business, you still need to have a life, because a lot of people nowadays are probably making a lot of money in their business, but you can see that they don't have any life at all. They don't have even time for themselves. They don't have time for their family. They can't do anything for fun, and everything is just full of stress, and they are not enjoying their life anymore. And I've been in this kind of situation, especially when I was still starting out. I thought that as long as I work really hard, like working 12 to 15 hours a day, then I will be successful. And in some point that might be true, especially if you are still starting out, but that's not something that you need to do in the long run. Your goal is to have this kind of business that gives you life, that gives you some comfort, that gives you something to care for yourself and really enjoy your life. Because what's the business for if you're very stressed and you're not enjoying your life anymore? Because supposed to be your goal in setting up your business is for you to enjoy life. You're making more money so that you don't have to work hours and hours every day and have more time for your family. You're making some money to get the things that you love and probably have some time to go back to things that you have been doing before, maybe some sports or fashion or anything that you love to do. And that's the thing that we're going to talk about here. So if you have a business right now and you're in this kind of situation where you are really stressed and you're not enjoying your life anymore, then this video is totally for you. But for those of you who are still starting out and you might still be in a 9-to-5 job and you are still in this transition of wanting to leave that job and start your own business, you might want to go back to episode 1 first, because that episode is totally for you. But in any case, you can still watch this video because you will have an idea on where you are heading at. Because leaving your job is not really to enter into a business and just become a slave in your own business, or as they say, you will just become an employee in your own business. That's not something that you want to achieve. What you want to achieve is to create a business that will give you life. And like I said earlier, I was in this kind of situation where I was really stressed in my business, and although I was making a considerable amount of money, I was trading money for my time. I noticed that I almost don't have time with my family. In fact, I don't like to be disturbed. Whenever my wife calls me to do something, I always think that she should not disturb me because I'm doing something that will provide something for us. And although my goal was good, it's doing some bad thing in my relationship with my family because, like I said, I don't have so much time anymore. And upon watching some podcasts from my mentors and some inspirational videos, I noticed that I should change my ways. And so during this time, we started to do this, and I plan to give more time for my family and make some rules for myself. Like there will be days that I will not work, and that time is just dedicated for my time with my family. I also plan to do some more fun and have some breaks and not really just spending like 12 to 15 hours a day facing the computer and internet and just doing that. Rather, I now plan to go out from time to time because most of the time all I'm doing actually is just staying at home and working online, setting these things and that. But I realized that that's not the life that I want to live. I want to have a great life while making money at the same time. So how can you design a business life like this? A life where you are running a business and you're making a good amount of money and yet you're not really stressed at all. Well, the first thing that you need to do is list down the things that you don't want to do anymore. Because if they will ask you what are the things that you want, you probably don't know the things that you want. So for us to easily determine the things that are putting us down and just destroying our life, it's easier to determine the things that we don't want to do anymore. And just to give you some example, I list down a few points here. So first of which is not having enough time. So like I said earlier, I was in that exactly kind of situation. And I know that a lot of you are in this situation as well, where you don't have a lot of time for yourself and for your family. So if this is your case, you might want to list that down and identify it so that you can address it. And again, for those of you who are still starting out and you are still shifting from that 9-to-5 job to setting up your own business, I highly encourage you to watch episode 1 because I talked about this. And of course, I mentioned there that you gotta make a schedule for yourself and find some time to work on your business while you are still in your job. And then once your business will become successful, you can now leave your job and do your business full time. So you're probably asking, how can you have enough time for yourself if you don't even have enough time to run your business? Well, what I can say is that you just have to pass through that stage temporarily, but that's not really your goal. Once you will be able to do your big leap and shift from that 9-to-5 job and really work on your business full time, you will have to design your business this way, where you will still have time for yourself, for your family, and not really spending your entire time and make yourself like a slave in your own business. So that's one example, not having time. Another thing are the stressful tasks. So those are the things that you might not like to do anymore. So for example, with myself, previously I was the one who is doing almost everything. I design my own website, I edit my own videos, I do this and that, but I realized that in most cases, I'm really stressed. Aside from not having enough time for myself, I'm really tired almost every day because I'm the one who is doing almost everything. And so just last month, my partner and I decided to outsource some of our tasks. And of course, this is something that you will do little by little because of course, if we are still starting out, it's really expensive to outsource all the tasks that you have. But if you can, as much as possible, it's really good to identify those very stressful tasks that you might want to outsource. Because I tell you what, when we started to outsource some of our stressful tasks, we realized that we had a lot of time for ourselves. We had a lot of time to make our business more successful. And it's easier for us to make some great decisions and design our business better because, as I said, we are not so much stressed and we have more time to plan for our business. So again, this might be one of the things that you don't like to do anymore, which are some stressful tasks in your business. One more thing might be you don't have any fun anymore. You might be too serious in spending so much time in your business and you don't have any fun in your life anymore. And that's not really good. So these 3 are just examples of things that you don't want to do anymore. And of course, there are still a lot of other things out there, but just want to give you some examples of the things that you need to deal. And for me, these are the 3 things that I realized I don't want to do anymore, or I don't want to have in my life anymore. I don't like to be in a situation where I don't have any time for myself and for my family anymore. I don't like to do a lot of stressful tasks anymore. And I also don't like to have no fun anymore. And if you remove all these negative things, what then will be left? Well, for me, I now have more time for my family. I'm not stressed anymore and I'm happy and I now have a good life while working on my business. And of course, I now have more fun. So This will be a great exercise on your part as well. What you can do is grab a piece of paper and maybe divide it into two columns. And in first column, you can list down the things that you don't like to do anymore or things that you don't like in your life. And then in the right column, write down the things that will be left once those things are removed in your life. Like all of these things are already dealt with, they are already deleted, and what is now left? You will realize that these are not the things that you love to have in your life. And like I said, you must design your business to be in this kind of situations. And so how can you do that? Well, you can do that by focusing on self-care. And these are the things that most of us business owners usually neglect. We work a lot on our business that we forget about caring our own self. But like I said, what's the use of making a lot of money in your business and making your business really successful if you're just having a very stressful life and you're not caring about yourself? And so, how then can you care for yourself? Well, let me just give you a few examples. First thing that I learned is to have some breaks. And I don't just mean literally breaks like, lunch breaks or something. I also mean really having break from what you're doing in your business. Especially for my fellow internet marketers, where every day what we are just doing is waking up in the morning, facing our laptop or desktop and doing a lot of works online, and in most cases we don't have any time to go out and have some fun and do some other things in our life. And I noticed that that's not really good at all. And even if I really focus on working day and night 12 to 15 hours a day online, I'm still not so productive. So I realized that I need to have some breaks. And thankfully, especially in my situation nowadays, I usually send my daughter every morning to a care center, and then in the afternoon I also will fetch her. And that for me is one of the breaks that I'm having. At least I have some time to walk, to send my daughter and then fetch her again, and then walk to go home. But of course, there's a lot more things that you can do. Like instead of just working at home, maybe from time to time you can also go out and go to Starbucks and just get your laptop and spend a day working right there, just to have some break and not just staying at home every now and then. In fact, that's one thing that my partner and I plan to do from time to time. We plan to meet on a certain restaurant here in our place where there's an internet connection, and then we plan to work in that place from time to time, just to have some break from our work at home tasks and also work outside. And of course, there's a lot of things that you can do here. In fact, I'm also planning to buy a guitar, because before this I actually loved to play guitar and all that when I was young, but I no longer do that when I started to do some business. But I realized that I need to go back to that passion that I had, so that when I'm at home, whenever I do some tasks, maybe I can spend some time playing guitar as well. Or in your case, if you love dogs, you can, go out and walk your dog. Or if you have some favorite sports, maybe from time to time, you can call your friends and just play some games with them, so that, you will have some break from your business. And this is also somewhat connected. Like I said, you need to have some fun as well. The problem with us sometimes is that we are too serious in our business that we don't have any fun anymore. So like I said, you can do something else to have some fun, play some sports, go out with your family, maybe have some family dinner or lunch or something. And of course, if you can travel, that will be good. But what I learned from my mentor is that you don't necessarily have to travel and spend a lot of money doing that. One thing that you can do is do some kind of staycations. And in fact, that's one thing that I'm planning to do with my family as well. What you can do in staycation is that you can just go out, maybe check in a hotel that is just nearby your place, and spend some time in that hotel. So, you don't really have to travel in faraway place. Maybe you can do some staycations as well, just to have some fun and have some break from your business. And by the way, this weekend we're already looking for a nearby hotel that we can go and have a staycation with my family. And again, this is something that we already plan to do regularly. to have some break from my own online business. So those are just examples, but you can just think of something that can give you some fun so that you will not be so much stressed in your own business. Another practical way to have some self-care is spend some time to walk every day. I even learned from someone that it's a great idea to have some at least 1,000 steps every day. So in my case, I'm regularly doing this because like I said, every day I'm actually sending and fetching my daughter, and we usually just walk, and so that's a great way to have some self-care as well. Other thing that you can do is have some massage. In fact, this is also one thing that I do regularly. I'm going to a massage therapist once a month, although I guess I want to do it more, and this is one thing that I'm doing to care for my body. And yep, there's a lot of ways on how to care for yourself. Like you also need to eat regularly, to eat during meal times, because again, this is one thing that us internet marketers are neglecting. Just because we are working at home and we are in our own place, we tend to skip some meals and just eat whenever we want. But even if you're running your own business, you have to always see to it that you also have to eat on time and eat regular meals and healthy meals to take care of your body. Because again, it's a great idea to invest in yourself, to take care of your body so that you will be able to work more productively in your own business. And if you do this, you will notice that you will become more productive and you will be able to grow your business a lot better. Better than spending 12 hours a day and having a very stressful life while working on your business. And this is something that I also learned by experience and something that I encourage you to do as well. And there's a lot of things here, but I don't want to make this video too long. Rather, what I wanted you to do is watch a video that I will embed within this page, and this will be a video from Mind Valley, and this is a great speech that really encouraged me a lot, and I want to share this video with you as well so that it will encourage you to have a vision and to have some fun while working on your business. Because like I said, really working so hard might be great, but having a stressful life and not having a life in your business is not really good at all. So yep, just go ahead and watch that video, and I hope that video will inspire you to have some fun in your own business. So this is episode 2 of our Tuesday special. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Chem, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.